mentioned, but we are obviously the first chapter to meet virtually, so please bear with us as we work through this technically together for the first time. If you haven't done so already, make sure you type in your full name and your membership number so we can have you recorded for our meeting today. Obviously, we look forward to times where we can get these meetings back together and meet as a membership. But obviously, we felt it was important for us to meet virtually so that we can continue to share important information and updates with you. In this virtual environment, obviously, there's going to be a few elements of the meeting that will be accomplished differently than they have while meeting in person. So we kindly ask for your understanding. And as this is new to us, as we mentioned, so here are a couple of important housekeeping items that will assist us in conducting this meeting going forward. As we have mentioned and requested, attendance will be recorded for today's meeting by individuals entering in their full name and PGID number into the chat line. If you have not done so already, please do so at this time. In order to receive your MSR credits for today's meeting, you will enter this information within the next 15 minutes. While we conduct a roll call of the chapter board and the directors later in the meeting, only the officers will reply verbally for the rest of the meeting, which will be recorded by this registration check-in process. On the screen, you'll see our officers and others that will be presenting during our today's meeting. And while we'll be able to hear from us and them, we won't be able to hear from you. So if you have any questions or comments, please do so by entering those into the chat or question and answering line. Executive Director John Gould, who will be serving as our moderator, will read your questions or comments if possible. If we miss your questions or comments during the live meeting, we'll be sure to follow up with you directly. Today, for our appointment of Sergeant at Arms, I want to introduce Mr. Ned Graff, our PGA General Manager at TPC Potomac at Avenel Farm, who will serve today as our Sergeant at Arms. Mr. Graff will ensure everyone is in attendance remains in order. In accordance with the section policy, I ask that you ensure the staff closes the meeting registration 15 minutes after I called this meeting to order, which was at 8:05 this morning. Today, Jeremy Greiner from Jeremy Greiner's Golf Services will serve as our parliamentarian. And on behalf of the parliamentarian, please note that anyone having new business that they wish to discuss must submit their request in writing and in the chat to the secretary by 8:30 this morning, or before the new business segment is reached on the agenda, whichever is first. Our secretary, Robin Beach, PGA, Assistant Professional at International Country Club, will now call the roll of the Board of Directors.
Good morning. President Jay Dufty.
Here.
Vice President John Oberly.
Here.
Secretary Robin Beach. Here. Honorary President Phil Bowers. Director at Large Eli Morales. A8 Director Ryan Fellows. Eastern Director Roger Welch. Central Director Chris Constantino. Western Director Michael Zosh. And Tournament Chair Bryce Bussey. PGA professionals dedicate their lives to serving their members and customers and to the promotion of this great game of golf. While newly elected members join our ranks, we also lose many colleagues each year. I now ask for a moment of silent meditation for those beloved Mid-Atlantic PGA professionals who have died since our last chapter membership meeting. James Lefty Barber, formerly of Eagle Haven Golf Course on Little Creek in Southern Chapter. And Jim Napier, formerly of Bretton Woods Recreational Center in the Central Chapter.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, Robin. I would like to offer a huge thank you to our supporting sponsors for today's meeting. Mark Barron, PGA, and Craig Hammett, PGA of Signature Golf. You'll be hearing from them later in the meeting. They'll be offering up a video in replacement of them presenting in person. So you'll be hearing from them a little bit later in the meeting. But thank you for them being a part of our meeting today. Since the meetings have been previously approved, published, and made available to the membership, I entertain a motion from the screen or from our Zoom chat to dispense with the reading of the minutes of the Central Chapter Fall Membership Meeting and our Board of Directors meeting, both conducted on September 3rd, 2019. Do I have a motion? And if I do, if you could please enter in your full name in the chat. Motion made. Do I have a second? And if so, please enter your full name into the chat. Thank you. If you are in favor, you do not need to do anything else moving forward. However, if you are opposed, please enter your full name and nay into the chat. Not seeing any, the motion passes. I would like to introduce our chapter vice president, John Oberly from Mount Vernon Country Club. While there is not a vice president report for this meeting, John will be sharing some important and additional information with us during the committee reports. Robin Beach will now present the secretary's report for today's meeting.
My report is available in writing, and we will show in the next few slides. I would like to begin by recognizing all newly elected members since the spring section meeting. Scott Davis, Sterling Park Golf Club, Colin Fisher, 1757 Golf Club, Robert Howells, Bowling Green Country Club, and Stephen Lund, Westfields Golf Club. Next, please join me in congratulating those members who have celebrated a quarter century of PGA membership since the spring section meeting. James Burns, Ikea Harbor Golf and Country Club. Edward Graff, TPC Potomac at Avenel. Jeremy Greiner, Jeremy Greiner Golf Services. John Ronas, River Creek Club. Finally, please join me in congratulating those members who have celebrated a half century of PGA membership since the spring section meeting. Bill Pearl, life member.
Thanks, Robin.
Thank you.
Congratulations to all those PGA professionals on their accomplishments of becoming a PGA professional, making it 25 years and 50 years. It's obviously always an impressive to see those names when they come up. At this time, we're going to have a D10 update, and I'd like to welcome our District 10 Director, our fellow MAPGA member, John Madden, head professional at Riverbend Country Club, to provide his Director 10 update for us now. Thanks, John.
Thanks, Jay. Thanks for having me. A lot going on, as everybody knows. Kind of a crazy first year on the board. We've kind of gone through a lot of things. Basically over half the courses in the United States were closed March, April. Probably lost close to 20 million rounds. What we did find out, though, after everyone understood back to golf and that playbook and started following it, and golf became kind of the outside sport, social distancing, and everyone's starting to see some record months, which is great. We've getting our professionals back to work and trying to make some money. Got a couple topics to talk about today. Coming soon, we have our 104th annual meeting. It was supposed to be up in the Hartford Convention Center, but they are closed until 2021. So it will be virtual also like this. So the official meeting will be Thursday, October 29th, about a 3.5 hour meeting. Probably the most important part of that meeting is going to be the election of the next secretary of the PGA of America. We have 4 great candidates running all across the country. And it'll be an interesting election since everything will be virtual. Right now, as hopefully most of you know, the Mid-Atlantic is supporting Kelly Williams, our past District 10 director. And right now he's in the mix for the position. So there'll be about 115 votes at the annual meeting, and you have to get a majority to win. So with 4 candidates, I expect it to be probably at least 2, maybe 3 votes until we have a new secretary. So that'll be quite interesting to see how the election process goes virtually. Real proud of some of the things that the PGA did for the members over this pandemic. First of all, the Golf Emergency Fund was out there for anybody that wanted to apply. A little over $7 million was given out in the 2 phases. Close to 4,000 individuals in the golf industry received funds for that money, those grants. And we're still trying to get more money for it. We still have some applications that we'd love to pass out some more grants. So that was good news. The back to golf guidelines that came out. So whatever phase your state was in, or your community or city, you just follow that. The CDC gave it the blessing, and so really continue to use those practices as we still fight this COVID-19, and it's going to be around for a while, and even when the middle of next year will probably be the earliest, that we'll be able to start to get back to maybe our old normal. So PGA dues, as everybody was aware of, we pushed those back. We have to collect dues because of our tax status. But if you haven't paid them yet, they're due at the end of this month. So please get those in. Some properties update.
Hey,
PGA.
John,
Yes,
just let me interrupt because you got my name on your screen. I'm allowed to interrupt you, I think.
sure.
Just for our members' sake, about half of our members have paid their dues. About half have pushed them back to October 31st. So, and there's also no quote unquote grace period this year. So on November 1st, if you haven't paid, you get dropped from the rolls. So we would encourage everybody to pay on time and get that taken care of. We know it's a rough year for some, but we pushed it back 4 months, and hopefully everybody can make that happen, by October 31st.
Very good point, John. And also, if you still have some issues and you can't pay, you can always go to the Board of Control and try to appeal there for an extension. So there are some other options, but yeah, please get those in by the end of this month. Yeah, PGA Properties. I'll jump in. Valhalla having a record year. We're getting ready. We're going to do some construction as we prepare for the 2024 PGA Championship there. Some lengthening of a couple holes and some fairway work there. As far as PGA Golf Club, they were closed for a little bit during the pandemic, but they've reopened. They're busy. Just expanded the practice facility there. The range has gotten a big overhaul, so there'll be a big learning center there, and you can bring your members down in the off season if you're up to travel and help teach down there and play the 3 courses. Also, we've got the Wanamaker course had some bunker work done and some tees, and that's all been completed. And we're just preparing for the fall winter series of a bunch of tournaments, which I'll touch base in a little bit on that. What else? Our headquarters down in West Palm Beach. We have 2 buildings. One, the lease is up shortly. The other one's been renovated. Construction will be completed here early December. And if the local authorities allow us, we'll be moving in our employees back January 1st of next year into that building. And the big PGA Frisco is on time. The courses are coming together really well. Headquarters, the architectural plans have all been approved. We're going to start to work on that building, the learning center, the short game, the short course. All that is on time, under budget. Projected opening is December 2021 for the headquarters, and the golf courses will be June the following year. One area that has been a concern for the PGA of America has been the number of associates and PGM graduates joining our ranks over the years. And over the last 10 years, we've seen a huge decline in this area, about half. So the education, employment, and membership committees were tasked to kind of look into this and see why this is happening. And basically, it came out with, there's 4 major barriers: the cost of the program, the time commitment that it takes, there's no online or virtual learning in there, also the employment to become a PGA member. We've also heard about pay and salaries after graduation as a concern, and then just basic lifestyle of a PGA pro. So all the committees are looking at this and seeing what we can do to try to grow our new associates and our new members. Right now, a task force was put together to look into the PGM universities. The task force has met multiple times. They're coming up with the new standards to be a PGM university that'll be required. There's going to be a re-accreditation process for each university. We have 18 universities right now across the country. Letters will be going out shortly to each university. Our contracts with each of them go through 2023. And then at this next spring, we expect all 18 of them to reapply. Once again, there'll be some new standards and requirements to continue to be a PGM university. And some of the universities might not be able to meet those requirements and will probably be dropped from the ranks. But we're encouraged that all 18 have talked to us and said that they are going to reapply. We'd love all 18 to stay on board, but we'll have to wait and see. Also coming out that the education committee is working on is the new 4.0 education. Basically, it's going to be a little more streamlined, as we talked about the time. The cost will be about 60% less. There'll be an online element of this. There'll be at least a 1-week visit to PGA Frisco in the education department before you can go through all the final steps. You still have to do internships. You'll still have to pass your PAT. All that is going to be in this new education. So this is kind of just starting out and very basic, but that's some of the talk that we have going on the education front. The nice thing is a lot of the universities talked about they can have transfer students or students in other majors that can take a lot of the stuff, beginning education online, which will be very helpful, should help join our ranks. Also in membership, one of they're looking at is if an associate has gone through all the education, they've attempted the PAT, but haven't passed it. And they get to the end, there might be a new category of B25. B25 would be an individual, like I indicated, has passed all their education. They've attempted the PAT multiple times or close, but not there. They'll be allowed to continue to be in the PGA, not as a member, but they would be able to work, continue to work on passing their PAT. And they would have to do all the requirements, the MSR requirements and everything else to do that. So that's something they're talking about in membership. None of this has been voted on at the board level yet. These are just out there that we're talking about for the future, and just wanted to make sure I shared all that with you.
Hey, John, I got a question from the audience here from Alan Smith. He asked regarding this topic, what is the percentage of older PGA members that might be retiring soon with fewer people joining and older ones leaving? Can you talk about this?
I'm sure that Greg probably has the exact, I know that there's quite a few of us 55 and older that maybe in the next 10 years will be getting to that retirement. And I don't know if Greg wants to jump in right now real fast and give that answer or wait to his report. But I know that he would know exactly or have a close number on where we're at there. But we're an older association of members, and that is.
I would say from a section level that's a concern.
Yeah,
that, we do have a decent number of members in the, as John said, 55 plus, let's call it, so somewhere within 10 years of retirement, and not as many young people coming in. And I'm sure you all see it when you go to hire assistant pros, that maybe it's a little bit tougher than it has been. And maybe it's going to be more competitive. Maybe we have to pay more money to get good assistants because of that. And so maybe that's a good thing in compensation in the short term, but long term, it is a concern of ours in terms of, replacing the members that are leaving.
Yeah, and I don't have an exact number, John. I'd have to take a look at it, but I think we've mentioned in the previous meetings that 50% of our membership graduated from business school, which ended more than 25 years ago. So we're looking probably closer to 60% of our membership that are in the upper age. The thing that we've had a little bit of discussion about is how many of us are actually willing or ready to leave employment. So there's some talk that we may see a lot of our professionals stay longer, as long as they're able to continue working in the business. They might stay on a little bit longer. So that'll be interesting to check and see how that works out.
And thanks to Alan for asking the question. That is the way we want this set up. So if anybody has any further questions, you can either use the chat or the Q&A button. And I will be moderating that and ask it of whoever's the appropriate person. So thanks, and I'll go send it back to Mr. Madden.
thanks, John. Thanks, Greg, for jumping in there. As far as tournaments upcoming, we had a great PGA Championship out of TPC Harding Park. And it was, prime time, great reviews on that, and an exciting ending to the event too, which was awesome to watch. It had also been the first major of the year. We're heading down to Kiowa Island next year, so we're excited about that, and hopefully we'll be able to fill the crowds up and everybody can hang out and watch another great event. And that's an awesome venue. So we look forward to that and be in my district, which will be fun also. We have this week coming up is the 2020 KPMG PGA Women's Championship up at Aronimink in Philadelphia. So also no spectators there, but we're excited about that major coming up. We have our senior PGA.
Sorry to interrupt again. Joanna Coe from our section is playing in that, qualified by winning the National Women's Player of the Year award, also by being in the top 10 last year of the LPGA Championship. So congratulations to her on making it, and I'll get someone to root for at that event at least.
Oh yeah, that'll be exciting to watch her. So best of luck. for her. The senior professional championship is coming up in the middle of October, and that's down at PGA Golf Club. We also have our November, December, we have our fall tournament series, which will be played down there, 6 events at the PGA Golf Club. And then we also, in November, we have the National Car Rental, their assistance championship, all down at the Port St. Lucie and PGA Golf Club. So excited about that. My last probably topic, or I can, if you have other questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Came out earlier last week about the Supreme Golf and the PGA of America having a long relationship for a online tee time platform, which we're excited. It'll come out early 2021. And this is basically an opportunity for PGA members to put their tee sheet online and use the public to come on and buy at your price. There's no bartering. So if you said $45 is the minimum, it'll be sold for $45. So no one would be showing up at $5 at 4 o'clock for foursome. So we're excited about that. More information will be coming out here this fall, December timeframe on exactly how to register. Any facility that has a PGA member, they will have the PGA logo up there, and you will also be able to, you'll be higher on the pecking order for getting your tee sheet full. So Jay, that's about it. If there's no questions, you can always reach out to me by email or call me. I look forward to getting together with everybody in the near future and seeing everybody. So stay safe and continue to follow those guidelines that we put out for all your safety and protocol and procedures. Thanks, Jay.
Hey, John, we have 2 questions through the chat. The first one is from Jay Dufty. Any further information on a pension discussion?
So the pension discussion is it's in the IRS, and so we there's 2 stages to that. The first one is you put in your application, and they review it, and we got a thumbs up on it. There was a couple areas that we had to tweak, but it was all good. So it's there right now. Due to this COVID-19, everything's kind of been a snail's pace. We're hoping by the last I'd heard was December, January, February timeframe to have something from the IRS. Everything's been very positive. So, we'll keep our fingers crossed, but it sounds promising. We wanted to have something done by the end of this year, but because of the pandemic, everything's come really to a snail's pace. So it looks good, but that's all I can say right now. It's in with the IRS.
And I would say, as a follow-up on that, how would the described pension plan work? Just so if everybody who hears this doesn't think, oh, I'm just going to get a bunch of money deposited into my account. What's the general thought, John, on how this is going to work?
Well, basically, there's going to be criteria to receive the monies. First, attending meetings, doing drive, chip, and putts, doing junior golf league, going to seminars, playing in events. There's going to be all these avenues to receive money. And so, the more active you are, PGA.coach and those kind of things, you'll have opportunities to qualify to receive more money. So we're excited about that. And like I said, we should know something more here in the next 4 or 5 months. And hopefully an announcement comes out early next year that we're up and running. And then, we'll get it going.
Thank you. Yeah, and as a reminder, so what he just said is it's a participation award. It's not just, hey, you've been a member for X number of years, here's your money. It's going to be a participation going forward on what you do. So, and that's really the only way they can make that work because of the IRS regulations. All right, question number 2 for you, John, was from Jeremy Griner. Any better odds to offer for Kelly's chances? I'm assuming Kelly Williams run for secretary. Do you have any information on that?
Yeah, right now, I know Don Ray out of the Southwest has the most seconds right now. I think he's got roughly 14 sections that are supporting him. Dave Schneider from Nebraska is in second, roughly 12 or 13. Kelly is in third right now with about 7. And then we have Tom Henderson from New York. He's only at 4. So the big thing, if you know some of the delegates from the other sections, just reach out to them. Like I indicated earlier, this will probably be a multi-vote election. So even though some sections and directors might have said, all right, we're going to support this individual on the first vote, after that, it kind of becomes a free-for-all. If somebody drops out, everyone's working to get that individual's votes. And you'll have, so it's important that if you know somebody that's a delegate in Iowa and they said, oh, we're supporting Dave, the key is that on the second vote, they go like, you know what, we're going to go with Kelly, if possible, if Dave drops out for some reason. So, just get the word out on Kelly. He's, we've seen him over his tenure as District 10 and also work in the different offices in the Kentucky section. And the Mid-Atlantic was excited to be the second for that. So I think the big thing is just the word out and talk to anybody that could be a delegate or even some officers and directors from other areas of the country.
Yeah, and I would add that, I think John's numbers were exactly what I had heard, the most recent count we got. Even if all that numbers comes true, only the first 3 sections are required to vote for the person they second. You assume they would, but even if that's all accurate, 14 sections is 28 votes, and the winner's going to need about 55 votes. So he's not even halfway, or just barely halfway to the vote count that would require for him to be elected. So there's still a lot of unknown, and of course we don't know that either. But it'll be interesting, and then it's going to be an online vote, so that will also make it a little more interesting. Okay, I think that wraps up. I don't see any further questions for Mr. Madden. If you have some more, we can kind of bring him back. He'll still be on the line, but I think it's time to turn it back over to Jay and the officers for committee reports. And as we go through the committees, same thing. If you want to write in a question in the chat or the Q&A, we will try to ask the question of the right person and get it answered. So back to you, Jay.
All right, thank you both Johns. John Madden, thanks for all the efforts and the time, getting us information from National and being as transparent as possible. We always appreciate your efforts on that and the time you provide us to do that. So thank you. As John mentioned, we'll go through our committee reports. Both Rob and John and I will each tackle a few, since we've got some of our committee chairs that unfortunately couldn't be on camera, so we'll pinch hit for some of them. Obviously, in regards to sponsorship committee report, obviously this was a very tough year for our sponsors, many of whom have deferred their commitments to 2021, which is great, but we continually want to try to appreciate those that hung in with us, including obviously Signature Golf, that's going to a part of our meeting today. As hopefully everybody will return for next year, and then as we grow more business. And as always, we say it every year, please pay attention to those who are sponsors for us. Support the companies that support us. If you're doing RFPs and if it's a two company race, maybe the company that obviously supports our section will hopefully get the nod. Obviously, Bob Heinz and our board committee down there will continue to try to get more sponsors for next year. So any help you can provide them with leads, that'd be great. Tournament committee report. Obviously, we're on the back end stretch, like many of our facilities, to our tournaments for the year. So our final tournaments of the year are both in our chapter. Upcoming tournaments include the Easy Go Team Championship, which will be hosted October 26th and 27th at Trump, DC, with Andrew Bond and his team. And then the Destination Kohler match play at Fawn Lake, November 2nd and 3rd. We do hope to make a run for another possible Kohler Pro-Am in May of next year. We'll continue to see what the climate's like to try to get a traveling Pro-Am to Whistling Straits and to Kohler. So please be on the lookout for that information. Definitely want to recognize our tournament winners from our chapter that have been conducted this year. A lot of champions coming out of our chapter. The Central Assistant Championship was Steve Delmar, PGA professional at Columbia Country Club. So congratulations to Steve. We had our Central Championship regular division champion, which is Billy Hoffman, PGA from Westwood Country Club. Great playing by Billy. And then we had our Central Championship Senior Division won by Marty Johnson, PGA from Needwood Country Club. We had the Panacea Life Sciences Stroke Play at the Links at Perry Cabin, which I think was our first tournament coming out of COVID in our tournament season. That was won by Larkin Gross from Springfield Country Club, PGA assistant professional at Springfield Country Club. We had the Jana King Stroke Play at Creighton Farms. Our regular division champion for that event was Steve Delmar from Columbia Country Club. We had our Section Assistance Championship. Again, Steve Delmar from Columbia Country Club, continuing to play great golf this year. And then we had our Section Professional Championship, which was hosted down in Williamsburg and won by Young Ju from Top Golf, who played outstanding golf over 4 days to take the section championship for this year. We just conducted recently our Polo Section Women's Championship, won by Joy Bonhurst, PGA professional from Blue Mash Golf Course. Congratulations to Joy. We also want to do a big shout out. I know John mentioned how successful the PGA Championship was at TPC Harding Park. One of our Central Chapter members, John O'Leary, qualified for that event this year, played some great golf. So congratulations to John O'Leary for representing our section and chapter out in San Francisco. Again, more great playing by our PGA professionals from the Central Chapter. The Employment Committee report, as many of you may know or have gotten emails from both Greg and myself, CareerLinks has now been retired. So we're asking, there's the new system is through the PGA Job Board. We're asking everybody to fill out your job preferences in order to participate. So if you haven't done so, it takes very little time to do so. We want to make sure you're getting all the open job positions that are available. Our current completion rate is at about 75%, which like we do in many being graded and measured by other sections, that means that we're one of the top sections in the country in doing so. But that still does mean that we have 25% of you that's not getting notification for open positions. We want to make sure everybody gets those when they become available. Next, I'd like to introduce one of the hardest working PGA career consultants across the country, Greg Stencil. Greg recorded a video, kind of update in regards to what he's been up to and joining the meeting with us today for any follow-ups that come out of the video. Greg will be here to answer any questions that you may have. He's been a huge resource for many of us and for many of you out there. So we're going to do a video at this time, and Greg will be available for any follow-up questions.
Good morning, and thank you for allowing me to be part of your meeting. Today, I'd like to spend a few minutes sharing section talking points, which I hope will be helpful and informative. First, I'd like to let you know that our PGA Career Services team is dedicated to serving our members and associates, employers, and PGA sections. Our purpose is to enhance the personal and professional lives of our PGA professionals. Our mission is supporting your goals and achievements while building trusting relationships. Our vision is in continuing to enhance our profile as the industry's leaders in employment-related matters, while advancing and developing the careers of the PGA and our industry professionals. Lastly, our team is made up of individuals with diverse backgrounds and experience. We may all have unique values, but we want you to understand that as a team, our values and how they relate to you are based on our always performing as a servant leader, spending time listening to you and understanding your needs. We continue to educate ourselves to be helpful subject matter experts, and we're proud to be committed teammates with you and our fellow consultants. We strive to build trust, be proactive, collaborative, and innovative, while knowing we need to be empathetic, energetic, and enthusiastic when working to help you. The team of career consultants will always focus on our ability to coach, educate, motivate, influence, and inspire others so that we may share and enjoy your career success. You may have noticed the significant number of emails and messages over the past several weeks asking you to complete your job preference selections. I'm happy to let you know your section was one of only 2 which reached the goal set for membership participation and completion of selections by the September 1st deadline. As you may be aware, the PGA Career Links program was retired on August 31st. Unless you have completed your job preference selections, you will no longer receive email notifications about job postings which match your preferences and experience. Even if you are not currently looking for new employment, I ask you to visit your dashboard located at pga.org. Simply log in, select Job Preferences, and answer 6 short questions. Click Save, and you will begin to receive email notifications when a new listing is posted and matches your job preference selections. As I mentioned, you'll receive an email daily when a new job listing is posted which matches your job preference selections. Here's an example of an email that I received recently for jobs matching my selections. Additionally, when you log into the PGA job board, you'll also notice that you have recommended jobs featured. Recommended jobs are those which match your job preference selections. If you'd like to see other available positions, simply type in the job title, city, state, or section in the search bar. As a reminder, as of January 1st, all jobs posted are now available for review on the job board. If you're interested in seeing more jobs in your recommended list, simply go back to your dashboard and adjust your job preference selections. You may add states, job titles, or add or reduce compensation, which will adjust the number of listings emailed or listed on your job board. Our PGA Career Services team has been busy during the pandemic. We are proud that we have more than doubled our interactions with our members while continuing to develop new programs for you. We invite you to visit pgacareerservices.org, where you can enroll in a career development program or review our other services available not only to you, but to our employers. Employers are interested in utilizing our ExecuSearch programs and now have the ability to review available options which will best match their facility search needs. We haven't been the only ones busy during the pandemic. Our PGA professionals have been extremely busy and at the forefront of value in the eyes of the employer. Our PGA professionals and facilities have reported more than a 20% increase in rounds played this season, matching numbers that we haven't seen since the late 1990s. Employers are revisiting the importance of investing in the golf operation rather than other portions of the facility operations which have been found to be a drain on revenue. Now may be the time to review your success stories achieved during the year with your employer, golf committee chairman, or board of directors. If your employment agreement is up for renewal or renegotiation, this may be a perfect time to discuss profit sharing, facility bonus opportunities, or an increase in staffing or your golf operations budget. We also strongly suggest you add your success stories to your resume. Remember, employers know what you do on a daily basis. What they want to know is how you are different and how you can positively affect their operations. Finally, success is no accident. It's hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrifice, but most of all, a love for what you do. I hope that you will reach out and contact me if I can assist you with any of your career development needs. As always, wishing you the best for the remainder of the season and in your career.
Thank you, Greg. John, was there any questions for Greg specifically that we can answer on the Zoom meeting, or obviously they can contact Greg at that contact information at any time if they have any questions, but any questions through the chat?
No questions, just a comment that Greg's goatee looks better than Flaherty's from his music there. But Greg, I don't know if you have anything you want to add. We didn't get any questions.
Don, good shape. Again, job preferences, as Jay mentioned and I mentioned, we have over 700 that have completed it. That means that we have just under 300 who haven't. So again, even if you're not looking for a job, complete your job preferences, get those in, and then you'll begin to see notifications for jobs that match your selection. So thanks for doing that.
And I can't stress how easy those questions are. It's literally, where do you want to work? How much do you want to make? What title do you want to have? It's that easy. It should take, I've had members tell me it took less than a minute to fill them out. If you want to put some more thought into it, you certainly can, but it really should not be much of your time. And as Greg said in his slides, you can adjust it. If you're not getting enough or getting too many notifications, then you can adjust it up or down accordingly to change that number. So it should be pretty easy and painless. All right, Jay, back to committee reports.
Thanks again, Greg. John Orbley, again, PGA professional from Mount Vernon Country Club, is going to review player development.
Thank you, Jay. The MAPGA will once again offer our player development grants that will total $25,000. This will include junior golf and other player developments for consideration. The application is now available and the deadline is November 30th. We really think there should be hundreds of applications, but we're still only receiving in the neighborhood of 20 to 25. Please consider applying for this money and the growth of your facility. PGA headquarters has announced the new online tee time system through Supreme Golf that Mr. Madden spoke on earlier. This does not lower your rack rate in golf. The PGA member will get the best pricing based on commissions, not barter. So you have 100% control of your advertised rate. PGA Golf Club Championship opportunity through PGA headquarters. All you have to do now is submit your name for your club champions. We realize this is a tough year to implement new programs at your facilities, but as a section, we are excited to share with you more information about Doubles Golf Program. This is a great way to keep new members at your club engaged and playing, while those also you have had there for years. Please watch this short video to learn more.
There's a new game in town from Jack Nicklaus and the founders of PGA Junior League. Introducing Doubles Golf, the trademarked rebranding of the age-old two-player scramble. Doubles Golf relaxes the game, makes golf more fun for the recreational golfer, speeds up play, enhances 9-hole rounds, keeps senior golfers in the game longer, inviting to women and children. PGA professionals will have the exclusive rights to conduct doubles golf programs at their facility, including qualifying for the U.S. Doubles Golf Amateur Championships. Teams will have the opportunity to post their doubles golf scores by using the 2PG rating and ranking system app. This app provides teams with the ability to compare themselves against other teams and see where they rank at their course, within their state, and even worldwide. Registering your doubles golf team is quick and simple. It can be done on your phone, tablet, or laptop. Teams can be created in men's, women's, seniors, and mixed doubles divisions. Once you have registered, your team can begin posting scores. Posting a score takes a few seconds and can be done from anywhere. The 2PG app also provides the ability to see where your team ranks at your course, statewide, and nationally. Check the team rankings page to browse and filter through all other doubles golf teams, where you can click on anyone and browse through their previous scores and see where they rank. Doubles Golf, the perfect programming platform for PGA sections and their members to continue growing the game.
Here are some, here are some quick points about the program. Create revenue with doubles golf events, couples nights, ladies nights, seniors nights, parents and juniors. Use it within conjunction of PGA Junior League. Have 4 to 6 week long leagues. Run doubles golf club championships. Club champions then can move to section championships and have the chance to qualify for the national championship. Keep running leaderboards through the scoring app. It's member engagement all year long. I would like to introduce at this time the regional league manager, Doug Wark.
Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well out there. I want to say thanks for the opportunity to join you today. Jay, thank you for allowing me to have time in the meeting. And I just want to say thank you to all of you for all of your efforts this year. I know that it's been a challenging year with everything we've all dealt with, but it's been exciting to see how people have used the game of golf to deal with the situation we've had and the extra engagement that we've all seen for this year. So I just want to tell you a quick few things about me for those of you that may not have met me yet or maybe new to the chapter. I am a PGA member. Been a member of the PGA for 28 years and have been able to serve in various capacities throughout my career: assistant professional, head professional, director of golf, as well as I was the first director of the PGM program at the University of Colorado in Colorado Springs. My wife and I this year are celebrating 25 years. Her name is Wendy, and we have 2 boys, Hunter and Jack, both in college at this time. And so we're enjoying a little bit of the empty nest, I guess you could say, and I'm really proud of them. And I have served as a PGA Junior League captain, as well as involved with other PGA player development programs. And I'm starting my 4th year as your regional league manager, working in the coaching and player development department. My commitment to all of you is, and our department's commitment to all of you is to help you create value. Something that you heard Greg mention in his presentation and in his video, working with you to help you create value for your facilities, for you and for your facilities. And you know, we accomplish this through two ways. One is getting to know you more and understanding you and your facility and how your facility works, and then working with you to provide guidance on how you can increase engagement, how you can increase revenue in your facilities. And you know, that success comes through you as the coach and increasing the income, the facility increasing income, providing career advancement, as well as seeing rounds of golf and revenue increase. And so, you know, our 2 areas of focus will continue to be participation in golf, as well as helping those that play the game of golf increase their performance and enjoy it more. And to do all of that, we provide a number of tools for you to do so. And you know, that is through the for coach education and resources. That's the ADM training through PGA.coach. The section is doing really well with participation in PGA.coach, and it's definitely something easy to do, as well as retail tribe support, helping you creating marketing and campaigns and promotional programs. You know, we're working hard on general consumer awareness and engagement, and that is through some of the changes we've made in PGA.com. We also are offering seasonal programs to help with the engagement and build specific communities within your facility. You know, and those are things such as PGA Junior League, which is the kids team sports, PGA Junior Camps, kid camps, Next Gen Golf, which is reaching out to young adults, and then PGA Family Cup, which I'm going to tell you a little bit more about here in a minute, working to engage the families within your facility as well. And then providing year-round programs to help you retain and raise your consumer engagement. And that's through PGA.coach lesson programs and using Retail Tribe for campaigns at your facility. You know, I think, you know, we have just an amazing opportunity right now to create that sustainable growth, as Greg talked about earlier, seeing the increase in play that we've seen across the country. And we want to be there for you to help you continue that sustainable growth and go back to the time in the 90s, as Greg mentioned, where we had the Browns of Golf, and use this opportunity as Josh mentioned in his first comments to you, is let's continue to ride this wave. And so there's a number of different ways that we can help you continue to ride this wave. First of all is through PGA Junior League, which has been our sole program that has provided great success for all of you in the section. You know, despite the pandemic, the program's had an amazing year, even across the country. And this is basically to bring friends, families, communities together through golf. And the Middle Atlantic section has had the most number of players of the 41 sections in the country this year. So Middle Atlantic section right now sitting atop the leaderboard as far as number of players in PGA Junior League for 2020. So congratulations to everybody that's been involved in that. And as we look at that, you know, we've had 36,000 kids across the country participate in the program, and over 1,800 kids participating in the section. Even with the pandemic and the reduction in the number of facilities and the number of captains that were able to provide PGA Junior League because of safety concerns, we still saw 1,800 in the section. And the thing about this is what we saw also in the section was an increase in players per captain this year. We went from 18 players per captain to 33 players per captain. And you know what that shows me is that each of the captains in our section have this opportunity to grow the program even larger as we get into 2021. And it also provides the opportunity to look at the in-house leagues and the advantages of having an in-house league. And so we saw an increase in in-house leagues this year as well in the section. You know, first of all, for safety concerns, but second of all, just a number of kids that were interested in golf this year because of the safety of golf. 1757 and Army Navy were the two biggest programs in the section with their in-house leagues. 1757 through the fall has had over 90 players in their facility programs, and Army Navy has over 70 kids. And so it was definitely a very successful year for PGA Junior League in the Middle Atlantic section despite the pandemic. Program registration is going to open for captains in mid-November. Be watching for more information from me on that. And as we look at 2021, we're continuing the program itself with very minor changes, nothing definite yet. You'll be hearing about that soon, but we're just looking at it as another safe outdoor activity, and we'll be adding some more flexibility in our local league structures, as well as number of players required to have an official league. So those are some of the changes you'll be seeing for 2021 for PGA Junior League. So one of the things I'm excited about announcing today is that PGA Family Cup will be going nationwide next year. It's basically exists to connect families through the games of golf and get more families involved at your facilities, and create more engagement of the families at your facilities through golf, through food and beverage, whatever you might offer with your Family Cup program. Just to recap, over the last couple of years, we've piloted the program in dozen markets. It's been exciting to see the participation average of over 15 families per facility. And we're hearing just amazing feedback from parents and families that have participated in the program and how much fun it's been. One of our biggest success stories is Chuck Higgins. He's in Dallas area and has had 3 programs this summer and have over 20 to 25 families participate each time he's had the program in place. And the families have just had a great time with it. And you can see the picture on the bottom right, that's from his program. And they even had a theme night one night where families all dressed up in different movie themes, and just a number of fun ways for the families to get together and enjoy being together on the golf course. And so we'll have the national launch of this in 2021. It's, a fun, flexible way for kids and families to have fun together out on the golf course. And so I just ask you to be watching for more details as we get ready to roll that out across the nation. And then I also want to just remind everybody of PGA.coach and the opportunities that you have there to learn more about the American Development Model, which has been introduced to us through the United States Olympic Committee. And using that American Development Model to help young people grow physically and provide activities that'll help them grow themselves as well as in the game of golf. And so as we look at 2020, we had over 3,000 professionals complete the ADM training across the country. And we're very excited about that and look forward to seeing more go through this process so that they can apply the American Development Model program to the game of golf. And so what does PGA Coach offer to you? Well, one, you're going to get expertise in working with different ages and stage appropriate programming available to you to help the kids develop physically. And then you'll have access to lesson builder tools through PGA.coach on the app. You're even able to put together a complete instruction program for a specific hour that you'll be teaching using everything available to you through PGA.coach. As we look into 2021, we're reviewing the program to add additional resources to you through PGA.coach, and then using PGA.com to advertise for you as the instructor through PGA.coach and what you offer in your programs through the PGA.coach website and PGA.coach app. And then just wanted to make sure you understand additional resources available to you through the Coaching and Player Development Department. The first is Retail Tribe. Retail Tribe is an organization that offers you additional marketing support and customer resource management and customer engagement tools. They actually have a special pricing program for the first time that you want to join and use their services and get a feel for it. And it's $100 a year to do so. And so that's one thing you can look at. You can go to retailtribe.com and take a look at that and see how that can help you. The other is Next Gen Golf, which is now under the PGA Coaching and Player Development Department. Next Gen Golf focuses on college age programs, club golf at various universities across the country. I can tell you my youngest son is now a freshman at the University of Auburn and is joining their club team, which is under Next Gen Golf, to play golf with them. Even though he couldn't play collegiately, now he's going to be able to play on a club team while he's attending school there at Auburn. And then, so it's looking at things at a collegiate level as well as city tour events, tournaments that can help drive additional revenue for you, create more value for yourself, and reach out to that different age group. And then of course you have PGA Junior Golf Camps available to you. which is basically a camp infrastructure that helps you through the process of putting your camp into place. They handle the marketing and administration of the camps for you so that you can enjoy the aspect of running the camp and growing the game at your facility. So next steps for me and for all of you right now is Claire and I have worked together to schedule some virtual town halls and meetings for this winter period. And Greg is going to be involved with that as well with us. We're going to be doing some town halls and seminars to help you with creating value, but also programs that'll be focusing on the different programs that we have available for you for the 2021 season. I'll be also spending time giving calls to some of you, and as many of you, you're welcome to give me a call as well and set up time, just to sit down one-on-one, learn more about you and your facility and how I can help you create more value, create engagement at your facilities for the 2021 season, and as well as put together a planning session. And of course, once we get into the 2021 season for PGA Junior League, we'll definitely be holding our league conference calls again. I just ask those of you that are interested in PGA Junior League, maybe not have participated in the past, to contact me personally and let's talk about it. You can also give Claire a call as well, and she can help you too. So on behalf of Zoe, Coach Perry, Hunk, and Cole, just want to say thanks for the time today, and looking forward to 2021 and what we can offer there. But also want to say thanks again for all of your efforts this year. I know it's been hard work, but I hope that you can take the off-season time to rest a little bit, but also get ready for 2021 and help us continue to ride this wave that we've seen this year of increased play, and help you continue to create value and continue this engagement at your facilities. So Jay and all the officers, just want to say thank you again for the time.
Thank you, Doug. Appreciate all that information. Great stuff. Now for our junior golf committee report. Just finished up the fall festival, October 3rd and 4th at Musket Ridge. It was a full field of 75 participants. That was awesome. We have upcoming on October 31st, the Kingsmill Junior Invitational for boys and girls. And that is October 31st and actually November 1st as well, 2-day event. And that's at Kingsmill Resort. Give you kind of a season recap. We ended up with 590 members in the junior golf program. It's not too bad after COVID. 404 in the championship division, 117 in the Patriot division, and then 66 in the introductory division. Thank you everyone for your continued support in hosting these events and/or sending us your kids to these events. Don't forget, children of MAPGA members get a free membership. Also, we do provide a Tee It Up scholarship program. Please promote to the families in need of financial aid. That is, the scholarship provides money to join the tour and play in the junior tour events. And that's all for junior golf.
Thanks. Robin Beach is going to discuss a little bit about PGA Reach and as well as our education committee.
Thank you, Jay. For PGA Reach, or PGA Hope, excuse me, there's a new online fundraiser through GoFundMe charity launched on October 1st and will run through November 11th. Each week there will be information in the news and notes, as well as on social media to share with your guest members and for you to donate if you are available. To learn a little bit more about PGA Hope program, please join me in watching this video.
Across the United States, brave men and women have answered the call. They have sacrificed. And they have done their duty honorably. Now, as they return home, it's our duty to look after them. Our mission as Americans must be to ensure their continued support and well-being. We are here for you as you've always been here for us.
My PTSD when I came home was pretty bad. You come into civilian life and you just don't fit in anymore. But something extraordinary happened in my life. PGA Hope.
It's meant a world of difference in my life. Prior to coming into the golf program, I was at home probably 98% of the time.
Somebody's willing to take time out of their personal lives and invest it in you and to show you that they think that you're special and that they think that you can pick up and carry on and represent the country in a positive light again. It's awe-inspiring when it actually happens.
You've stepped out of your dark hole and onto kind of like a little bit of heaven. I'd like to thank my PGA pros, Judy and Donna, for giving me my life back.
It helped save my life, and it got me re-engaged with my community, with my family, with my friends, everybody.
I've got so many wounded warriors in the Special Ops program that have been touched by Ken June that when they talk about him will immediately go to a choked up, misty-eyed setting. And these are tough guys, but they love the man, they respect the man beyond compare, and they are really proud of the fact that they have him in their life.
PGA Hope is life-changing. And it's life-changing not only because we're providing golf, but we're using it as a therapy. We use PGA professionals who are specially trained to interact and deal with our veterans. And we're using golf to better themselves and better their lives.
The one thing that we're missing in civilian life, where do we fit in again? And that would be PGA Hope.
Moving to our Education Committee report. The fall section membership meeting is on November 9th. It will be a virtual meeting and pre-registration will be required. The MAPGA Teaching Summit has been moved to March 1st and 2nd at Lansdowne Resort and will be part of our super meeting concept, which will include the Hall of Fame banquet, spring meeting, and the Teaching Summit, February 28th to March 2nd, 2021.
Thank you, Robin. We'll get a lot more information on those spring events as we get closer to our fall meeting. We'll discuss more at that time. I do want to thank everybody's time and participation again this morning to try something a little bit new and to keep us connected. I think we can all agree that there'll never be another year like 2020, at least for a lot of us on this on the Zoom call. A lot of us had to tackle a lot of different operate differently, as well as to call a lot of audibles. A lot of us I know are conducting 6 months worth of activity in the last 40 days as we pushed a lot of activity into the fall. But I know in speaking with many of you that, we don't know really what the new normal is and whether this will sustain. But I know a lot of you have created some new best practices out of this. And hopefully we can stay connected to try to share what those best practices are if it is the new normal. So I know personally that having a year of 12 to 15 of my peers on an email thread has been instrumental in our success and trying to figure out how to operate in this COVID time. Hopefully everybody has that kind of network that they can reach out to. And if you don't, feel free to reach out to me at any time or any of your PGA professionals. The nice thing about this of our industry is we'll always pick up the phone and we always want to get back to help one another. So be sure you're staying connected during this time. And hopefully as we get some more information and we can try to get together to do some networking. I know last year we had a really good opportunity to do some wintertime golf at Top Golf. It's kind of a social experiment that really had a lot of benefits of getting a lot of assistance as well as head professionals together. And if we can do something like that again, we'll continue to try to push the envelope a little bit to see if we can do that based upon what the environment out there is like. But I'll say on behalf of the rest of the board at the Central Chapter it really has shown what we are as golf professionals have meant to a lot of people's families, as well as to what they've meant on an every day to get out on the golf course to kind of get away from some of the struggles that are out there, and as well as just to get their mind off of things. And so we've delivered that for a lot of people. We'll hopefully, as Josh has mentioned, it's been put on this call a lot. Hopefully the ride and the wave continues, and we continue to get these newly entered golfers or those that have played more rounds to be a part of our facilities going forward. Please don't forget, we're still running the instructional program, video program that we rolled out earlier this summer. We are forever in search of good social media content, and we are running this one-time program that will pay our members and apprentices $50 per video. So please help us by submitting some videos by December 1st. Obviously, it never hurts to earn a little extra cash as well, but also gets your name out there. We wanted to give a good example of what we're looking for as far as content and production. We have a video today that we've plucked out from MAPGA member Tim Ritter, that gives a good example of this.
Hey all, I'm Tim Ritter at Army Navy Country Club in Arlington. I'm going to show you a little drill today you can do at home using your car. So I don't have a car here, but we're going to use a golf cart, and we're going to use the tire more specifically. We're going to put a little towel under the tire, or we're going to put the club on top of so that it doesn't get scratched up. Put that club under the tire, set up for hit a golf shot, and begin to open up from the ground up. Feel that left knee get out of the way. Feel the left hip get out of the way. Feel your core begin to turn. Your chest and shoulders fall along. And that club is being held on by a tire. There we go. We turn, hold it for 5 seconds, bring it back nice and slow. Do that one more time. Turn, 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 turn. Arms are still there. And now the arms begin to get pulled by the lower body rotation. And bring it back. What we're doing there is feeling impact, and a lot of people have problems or issues getting into that position. They stop rotating, and then their arms go and you get stuck, and we don't generate enough power because we don't use our body. So this is really going to help us in learning how to open up, feel that position there, let the tire hold the club, and bring it back. That's our little tire drill, and we'll continue next time to use our cars to create more golf drills.
Hopefully that gives everybody a really good idea of what we're looking for. Again, I didn't take hopefully too much time out of Tim's schedule to do that, but that's some good content and some good exposure for PGA professionals on our social media platforms. I know we've mentioned it a couple times already through our Zoom call. Just as a reminder, PGA and section membership dues, which were extended to October 31st, is coming up fast and fast approaching. So make sure that we have those, your dues paid accordingly if you can for us as well. I want to entertain a motion from the floor to accept all of the reports that were presented by us today. If I do have a motion, if so, please enter your full name into the chat. It would be appreciated. And do I have a second? And if so, please enter your full name into the chat. I'm seeing the chat bubble blow up. All right, perfect. All in favor? I will assume that everybody is in favor, unless if you are opposed, please put into the chat nay with your name. Looks like the motion passes. Thank you, everybody. Next, I'd like to once again thank Signature Golf for their sponsorship of today's meeting. Today, their update will be shared by a video. Again, thanks to Mark Barron, PGA, and Craig Hammett, PGA.
Our world is slowly opening back up, and as schedules are being outlined again, It seems that 2021's calendar is being filled with this year's plans. With excitement, all thoughts once more focus again on the future. With this in mind, we at Signature Golf have created our Book with Confidence policy to help ease your mind about the details. Our new flexible payment options allow you to pay for the trip on your terms. So when the time is right for you to begin resuming safe travel, whenever that may be, all you have to do is decide where to travel to first. Perhaps you'll stay close to home and explore destinations with driving options in our own beautiful part of the world. Backyard beauties such as Kiowa Island, Big Cedar Lodge, Pebble Beach, and more. Or if you are starting to look at next year or beyond, perhaps you'd like to consider one of our international delights, Scotland's mystical lands, home to places like St. Andrews, the Highlands, Ayrshire, with top 100 golf courses at every stop. Ireland's lush green lands and epic castles, and of course, some of the most iconic links courses the world over. Or if trend setting is more your thing, perhaps you'd like to take advantage of being one of the first to experience our South Africa wine, golf, and safari tour. Signature Golf remains in constant contact with our worldwide vendor partners to stay on top of up-to-the-minute openings, regulations, and resources that can affect your travel plans. We also ensure each location meets our COVID-safe guidelines. Furthermore, at this time, Signature Golf is also offering, in addition to our Book with Confidence policy, a reduced deposit rate, so that when the time is right for you to book your next dream golf trip, it's never been easier. We at Signature Golf are proud travel partners of the Mid-Atlantic section of the PGA and hope that when the time comes to resume safe travel for your operation, that you will consider Signature Golf first.
So thanks again to Signature Golf, Craig Hammett, and Mark Barron for sponsoring our meeting as a client of theirs, and have taken some trips with them. They will not let you down. They do a great job and do a lot of the heavy lifting for you. Moving on to unfinished business. Mr. Secretary, do we have any unfinished business?
We do not.
Mr. Secretary, do we have any new business?
We do not.
Thank you, Robin. For open forum, does anyone have anything for open forum? If so, again, just please type into the chat room now. John will collect any and all items for new forum to let us know how we can answer any questions for you. Again, John will be taking those and will assist you in reading those items that have been received.
Hey, Jay, we did get one from Tommy Smith earlier that I'll read. He's having a pro-am on next Monday, October 12th at Bowling Green. It's an 11 a.m. shotgun, $100 per person, asking each pro to bring 3. This is a tournament to assist with funds for his wife, Jill Smith, who's fighting colorectal cancer. And Tommy, our best wishes to you on that. I know that's a tough fight. So anybody can help there. Thanks, Tommy, for putting it in there. We appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you, Tommy. Hopefully everybody can try to participate in that great cause. Prayers and blessings to your family for sure. Is continue to look for some questions. Just another reminder about our upcoming section meeting on November 9th. It will be virtual at 9 a.m. We still would like to make sure everybody is pre-registered for the event to get the correct link to be a part of that day. So be on the lookout in section communications for registration information. John, any other questions coming
We
your
got
way?
one note from Jeremy Griner that I just want to make sure everybody saw. He was asking to see how he can find out if their dues have been paid. Normally you can check on pga.org, your kind of front page, your profile page. It will say if you owe dues or your dues balance is zero. But if you do have any questions, you can always call anybody here or call Christine or myself at the section office. We can certainly look that up. We have a running list that we get every Thursday of those who still, some have paid section dues and not national or vice versa. So we can do that.
Okay, great. As we await any final items for open forum, please don't forget some important save the dates. As I believe it was John who mentioned it, or Robin, I'm sorry, one of their committee reports. We're gonna have a new super meeting concept coming up, hopefully for next spring. So the save the date is at Lansdowne Resort with our Hall of Fame banquet that was postponed from this past spring to next year. That would be February 28th. And then we'll have our spring section meeting on March 1st at Lansdowne in conjunction with our MAPGA Teaching Summit as well. Additional details and registration will be distributed as they become available. John, any further items?
Yeah, Greg Stenzel would like to just chat a little bit, remind about Golf Retirement Plus. Greg, you got anything you want to add there?
Yeah, so just a reminder to everybody that we do have funds that are on hold for a lot of professionals within the section that haven't completed their facility authorization forms. Just a reminder, you have to complete that facility authorization form each year. So your money's not going to go away, but it won't be deposited into your account. And it's really simple to get that facility authorization form. Just go to pga.org, look at the bottom of the page under Forms Library. When you click on that, you'll scroll down to GRP or Golf Retirement Plus, and you can get the facilities authorization form there. So make sure that you do that. If you need any assistance, contact me. And if we need to go farther than that, we can contact AIG, who is responsible for holding our funds. So thanks for that.
Good, important item. I did get a question as well, John, or maybe Greg can answer this as well. Any changes to MSR cycles and requirements due to COVID, and anything changing as far as the cycle on that?
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they just added an extra year to the cycle. So we're still 54 credits required. Just added an additional year. And I might have to ask Christine for what year that's going to be now. It's not next year. So I don't know if Christine's still on, but I'm sure she is. Do you know what year it got extended to, Christine? She might be, she's running the screen, so she can't, I don't think she can verbalize. I'll get that to you here in a second here. 2021, okay. She texted me, thank you. So it was gonna be 2020, now it's 2021. So you got extra time. You know, you can get several of these credits by doing these 2 credits today. Oh, Tyler said maybe it's 2022. So we'll get that for you.
All right, thank you. Anything else, John, for open forum?
No, it doesn't appear so.
All right. Well, having no other items for open forum, we'll conclude this meeting. Do I have a motion to adjourn this meeting? And if so, if you could please enter your full name into the chat, that would be great. Do I have a second? If so, again, please enter your full name into the chat.
If not, we're just gonna have to stay here.
All right.
You got him.
That was a motivator. Thank you. If you are in favor and do not need to enter anything, obviously, you do not need to put your name in. If you are opposed for any reason, please put your full name and nay into the chat line at this time. Since the chat bubble has not filled up, I'm assuming that is, we're okay to have this meeting adjourned. Again, I appreciate everybody's time. Have a great rest of your fall season, and best to everybody.
Thanks, everybody. We appreciate it.
Everybody, really appreciate it.
Thanks, Jay. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everybody. Take care.
Take care. Meeting is adjourned at 9:37.
Thanks, Jay. Thanks, everybody.